very good evening to everyone, and welcome to Northwest Nazarene College in Nampa, Idaho, and host of the NAIA Division II National Basketball Championship. We've reached the Final Four round, and we're glad to bring you Final Four action from Nampa this evening, featuring Bethel College of Indiana against Jewell from Missouri. And a very good evening to everyone. Mike Boyle along with Marty Holly, and we're in our funeral black for you, I guess, Marty. Marty, the coach of the defending national champions, Albertson College. National title will be given away here tomorrow night, and unfortunately for your team, you won't be there, but a couple of these guys will be. And Bethel going against Jewell right now, two teams that are used to being here, Marty.
Both of them have. Obviously, Bethel has won the national championship, and Jewell, who is year in and year out, Larry Holly brings them to the Final Four, two of the best coach teams in the NAIA.
Jewell making it to the Final Four for the fourth time in 5 years under Coach Larry Holly. Meanwhile, Bethel won the national title 2 years ago in this very gymnasium under head coach Mike Lightfoot. Take a look at the Pilot starting lineup. Starting at the guards, Rico Swanson. He's a 5'9" junior from South Bend, Indiana. At the other guard will be Ryan Bales, a 6-foot sophomore from North Judson, Indiana. At the forwards, Michael Edison at one forward, Jeff Hobson at the other forward, and at the center, stepping up his play in this tournament, Jeff Clay, a 6'7" senior from Indiana as well. In fact, there's only two players on the entire roster, Marty, that are outside of the state of Indiana.
And it shouldn't surprise anybody with the quality of players we have in the great state of Indiana.
And now we will get ready for tonight's national anthem.
And you see my dawn early night, for so proudly we hailed at twilight's last gleaming, whose bright and bright dawn through the perilous night of the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets and flames fell bursting in air, came through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say of the fast star-spangled banner yet wave, for the land of the free and the home of the brave.
And we are just about ready to play basketball. Bethel College coming in as the number 2 seed in this NAIA National Tournament at 32-5. Jewell, meanwhile, coming in as the number 14 seed at 29-9 for the Cardinals tonight. Bill Dillingham, a 6-foot senior, will start at one guard, along with Brian Zeller, a 5'9" junior. Man of the middle, Chad Jones, number 42 from Kansas City, 6'7" senior, player of the year in the Heart of America Conference. And at the forwards, Mark Ball, a 6'3" sophomore, and Greg Lawson, a 6'3" senior. You look at these two teams, and obviously for Bethel, the focal point for them is going to be Rico Swanson, battling a little bit of a hand injury right now. He suffered in the quarterfinals on Saturday night, though, Coach.
I understand he was in a soft cast yesterday, and it's kind of the palm of his hands, the flexors. I think that he's okay, though. Coach Lightfoot thought that when the game started, it's not going to affect play at all.
No question, you get to this time of year and all those little injuries seem to go away. Bethel also concerned with the ankle of David Haverstick, the 6'8" junior from Mishawaka. He's been nursing that injury since the conference tournament, and he's about 80 to 85% right now, but they have been very careful to limit his playing time thus far in the tournament.
Well, when you're as talented as Bethel is and as deep as Bethel is, you can afford to do that. I think Coach Lightfoot has done I've watched him very careful, a masterful job of saving people. And, 5 games in 7 days or 6 days in some case, he has rested his people, and let's just see if it pays off.
Yeah, I got a good look at Jeff Hobson right there, 6'5" junior from Grand Blanc, Michigan. He's really had to come up and step up his play in this tournament, but really, the play of Jeff Clay in the middle has just been tremendous.
Well, I personally think he is a big key. Jeff Clay has stepped up his rebounding from 5 to 10 rebounds a game. Mike, he has 14 offensive rebounds for the tournament, I was looking, 14 offensive rebounds. I was looking at William Jewell. Their highest is 4. So that speaks how well that he's really stepped up his game.
William Jewell, meanwhile, coming in, pretty much the focus of their offense has been Chad Jones all year long, and that has been the case in this tournament. He averaged 23 points a game coming into the tourney. He has averaged 23 in this tournament.
Well, as you mentioned, he's the player of the year in his conference. He's their go-to guy. But the thing that's got William Jewell here is they have really started to mesh as a basketball team, and they're a scary team for Bethel in that they are playing very well right now. So it's 2 evenly matched basketball teams.
Going to be interesting to see who is able to dictate tempo. Bethel obviously likes to go the 90-foot game, whereas William Jewell is going to be concerned about keeping things to a half court.
I think that is absolutely the key to the game. The Western Baptist, who's from our conference, game plan was to make it a half-court game and almost upset Bethel. If it goes end-to-end, I really like Bethel's chances.
Bethel averaging 99 points a game in this tournament thus far. William Jewell, though, able to hold opponents to just 74 points a game. So a clash of offense versus defense coming into this matchup. Chad Jones jumping it up for William Jewell. Jeff Clay for the Pilots. Nice save out of bounds there by Mark Ball of the Cardinals. Brian Zeller out on the point.
Jewell's going to try to do all night.
Inside with Hobson. His shot is blocked, and here come the Cardinals the other way. Working down to Jones once again. He's tied up down low by Clay. Jump ball.
Boy, it'd be interesting to keep the chart how many times Mike Heath touches the ball in the low post area. Obviously, that's where William Jewell's going.
Coach Mike Lightfoot telling me before the game that his perimeter defense was going to have to be key in this game as far as putting ball pressure and denying William Jewell from getting the ball where they like it. Hasn't been successful thus far. Clay working down low. Can't get the roll. Battle for the loose ball down the baseline. It's going to go to the Cardinals.
Bethel extended in the full court man-to-man press, as they normally do.
Jump shot from Lawson from 15, up and no good. Nice save by Ball, but it goes to Swanson of the Pilots. He'll bring him the other way. Pulls up and hits the 3.
Boy, what a pretty... He really knows when to shoot the ball. If you'll look at his three-point percentage.
Mid-Central Conference Player of the Year. Jump shot from Ball from three-point land, and the Cardinals retake the lead at 5-3.
You and I talked about it. Three-pointers seem to win games at this level, and Rico shoots another.
Can't hit that one. Jones down with the board. Averages about 8 rebounds a contest is Chad Jones. Jones free inside.
William Jewell did a nice job of running a rub cut, which took a lot of the tension away from Jones at the block, and got an easy bucket.
Clay got caught on the overplay too. Didn't pay off for him. Loose ball on the sideline. It's going to remain Pilot basketball. It goes out of bounds off of Zeller. Checking into the game now for Bethel, number 52, David Haverstick. We've talked about him. He's a starter going into the conference tournament before he hurt his ankle. Hobson on the baseline, hits the turnaround.
What a heads-up play by the guy from Bethel who took the ball out of bounds. Just saw a guy lose vision, threw it over the top for an easy shot.
7-5 in favor of the Cardinals. Lob for Jones. Boy, he really works well down the low block. Can't hit the shot, though, and Haverstick with the board. Three-point jump shot up and good by Mike Edison.
Boys, he shot the ball well this tournament. 67%, I think, going into this game for the tournament.
Been fantastic from the outside for the Pilots. He gives Bethel their first lead of the game at 8-7. Zeller goes all the way in, breakdown defensively by the Pilots.
Nobody rotated from the help side.
Aaron errant pass inside. Thrown away by the Pilots' Ryan Bales, and the Cardinals will take it the other way. Three-pointer by Lawson. Gets the roll.
Gets those kind NNC rims. Gets that bounce.
Three-pointer by Lawson puts him in the scorebook, and William Jewell now leading it by 4. Swanson tough in the lane. Can't hit the shot, though. Jones with yet another board. Jones, 15-footer.
Getting good looks at the basket, Mike.
Offensive board taken down by Dillingham. Great matchup there with Dillingham and Swanson. Foul away from the ball going to be called on William Jewell's Mark Ball.
The Pilots doing a nice job that time switching block-to-block screen, making it more difficult to get the ball inside. Sometimes they might come up with some mismatches, but you don't have to worry about getting through screens.
Look at Rico Swanson right there, 5'9" junior from South Bend High School. Great all-around athlete when he was in high school. In fact, would go and play football at Florida State,
Yep, that's what I hear. Good news for the Pilots that he didn't.
This is on the three. Great block out by Dillingham to get the rebound. Most of these teams tradition-rich in the NAIA. You don't get that way by playing bad basketball. Both of them very well schooled as Jones loses it out of bounds. Great help side defense by the Pilots.
And Mike, you and I talked about how well these two teams know each other. An awful lot of connections between the two teams. Coaches are good friends. And I think that typifies the NAIA. Good, quality basketball, but I think just about everyone knows priorities and what it's about. Two well-coached teams.
We have a timeout with 15:26 to go. William Jewell leading at 12-8.
Rollins is the official and exclusive supplier of sports equipment and uniforms for NAIA basketball, football, and baseball championships. Rollins is the cornerstone supporter. American Airlines.
Welcome back, everybody. 12-8 in favor of William Jewell Cardinals with the basketball, trying to get it down to Chad Jones. Lost it out of bounds, but it will remain Cardinal basketball.
Boy, that last, I think we're away, but that last defensive series by William Jewell was tremendous. Kept pressure on the ball, threw over the top, picked off a help side pass.
Pilots really looking to double down on Jones an awful lot right now. Lob pass into Jones. He can't get it as the defense pays off.
There was that pressure that you talked about with Coach Lightfoot, keeping pressure on the perimeter, not giving them good looks to pass.
Before we go any further, I have to mention tonight's officials, Jesse Gatewood, Chris Gardner, and Clay Romer. Shot up and no good by Ryan Bales. It goes out of bounds and will go to the Cardinals. Both of these teams very deep right now. Cardinals bringing in 3 off the bench. Kenny Mabry, a 6-foot junior. David Marr, 6'6" junior, coming in as well. Marr has been outstanding in this tournament.
Boy, both coaches just play a lot of people, and that's probably why they're here.
Jason Hunt, a 6'7" junior, also into the game, coming in for Chad Jones. Hunt with the basketball right there. Turnaround baseline. Well short, and Swanson will bring it the other way. Swanson.
What a great move. Coast to coast, split the defense, just a quality player.
Now has 5 points, leading the Pilots, bringing them within 2. Zeller able to break the backcourt pressure. That's Mabry right there. Going to Maurer. Three-pointer up and no good by Dillingham, and here come the Pilots. Swanson turnaround. Can't hit it. Here come the Cardinals on the break now. Maurer open for 3. Swanson with the board.
Well, they're getting good looks. I don't know if they got the right guys shooting the ball out there. That's probably part of Bethel's game plan.
Inside shot up and no good, block. Haverstick knocked away by Jason Hunt.
Officials letting them play, Mike.
And they will during this national tournament. You've seen it in years past. The further you get into the tournament bracket, more physical it gets. Ball knocked away by Haverstick off of Hunt, and it will go to the Pilots.
The whole tournament, I think you'll agree, has really been well officiated. Neutral officials from all over the country.
Clay and Edison back into the game for the Pilots. Take another look at that defensive series. Defensive pressure on the part of Bales leading to the turnover. Swanson coming inside. He's going to draw the foul on Kenny Mabry.
But what a nice crossover, Drew. Had him going right, crossed over to his left, split the defense, being under control the whole time. Boy, do I like him.
He's been outstanding since he set foot on the campus of Mishawaka. The freshman, sixth man on that national championship team 2 years ago.
And you know what? My wife comes to the game Saturday and not knowing anything about, and says, you know, those Bethel guys exude class. And I think that comes right from the coach. They are a class team led by the guy at the free throw line.
Playing the game the way it's meant to be played. Swanson, normally a very good free throw shooter, 78% from the line, missing the first. Into the game for the Pilots, Ryan Taylor, 5'11" senior from Wildwood, Illinois. He and Hobson, the only two players from outside of the state of Indiana. 12-11, favor of William Jewell. Coming up on 12 and a half minutes remaining in this first half.
Usually full court presses like that, Mike, it takes its toll later on. They're having to work to bring the ball up. Let's see if it pays off later.
Maurer can't hit the three. Foul for the loose ball. It's going to remain William Jewell basketball as it went off of Swanson. Mention the fact that both of these programs are very familiar with each other. No secrets, as ball will remain with William Jewell.
No, none. Everyone is so scouted. Their fourth game, so both teams have seen each other play 3 times, or at least had assistants seeing.
Lob inside for Hunt. He will be fouled by Clay from behind. Foul on Jeff Clay will be his first.
Boy, don't they do a nice job on that post-to-post or high-to-low, anything you want to call it.
Clay having a few words with official Chris Gardner about that one.
That's a good replay of the high-to-low pass.
Ball knocked away and stolen. The Pilots able to triple team down low. They come out on the break. Edison going all the way, and he's going to draw the foul on Mabry. He picks up his second.
Boy, a good example of scouting. They have William Jewell out-of-bounds plays down. Bethel is making them work just to get the ball in bounds, let alone score, and got a turnover because of it. Well-prepared basketball team.
Checking back in for the Cardinals. Mark Ball coming in for Mabry will go to the bench with 2 fouls. Swanson will check out for the Pilots as Bales is back into the lineup. Going to the line, Michael Edison. Another surprise there. He shoots 83% from the line, missing that first one.
He's got the nice stroke.
Able to hit the second.
We're tied up, Mike.
Tied at 12. 12 minutes to go in this first half. As even as we forecasted coming into this game. 3-point attempt from Ball is up and no good. Rebound coming back out to Maurer. Ball will try another one. Can't hit that, and Clay with the rebound.
Bethel's got them taking shots they want them to take right now.
Pilots on the break. Hobson working down low and hits. Jeff Hobson now with 4, and the Pilots retake the lead at 14-12. Ball knocked away by Hobson. Takes an elbow for his trouble. Hunt working baseline, double team. Gets the jump hook.
They get the ball to the block, they're pretty good, but at this point, Bethel's done a nice job of making them take perimeter shots the last few possessions.
Hunt tying it back up at 14. This is the pace William Jewell wants to play at.
Yes, it
Make
is.
Bethel work on offense. And it results in a turnover as ball with the steal goes the other way.
Very good point, Mike. Right now, it's not the pace that the Pilots want.
William Jewell back up by 2. Nice move by Edison. Can't hit it, but gets his own rebound. He'll go to the line for 2 shots.
Boy, he's had a good tournament. Kind of young man just come to the tournament and step his game up. Great players do that.
Well, he averaged 6 points a game coming into this tournament, but he has been tremendous offensively. Son of a coach, Plymouth, Indiana. In fact, his dad coached Scott Skiles in high school.
Holy moly, that makes sense. Needed to be blocked out on that last play.
Well, you always coach follow your shot, don't you?
Yeah, that's coaching prerogative. You can yell at him for not blocking out and pat him on the back for going to get an offensive rebound.
Chance to tie it up. Misses his second free throw, but Clay with the offensive board can't get it. He's going to get another foul over the back of File. And that's a big foul right there for Bethel. That will be Clay's second. He's going to go to the bench, and we're going to have a timeout. 10:29 to go in this first half of play. It's William Jewell leading Bethel 16-15. Welcome back, everybody. 10:29 to go in this first half of the National Semifinal, and William Jewell leading it by 1. Probably because easy shots like that, Coach.
Well, they got the ball to the block, and to get the ball to the block at any level, and you're going to make baskets. It's a simple game sometimes.
Just before we went to break, Jeff Clay, 6'7" senior from Waukesha, Indiana, picking up his second foul. He's going to go to the bench now, and he may sit for the remainder of this half.
I know Coach Lightfoot talked to you about the game. That was a big concern, him getting in foul trouble.
Certainly with him matched up with Chad Jones.
A little bit of run and jump by Bethel where they leave their man and double team the ball.
Jones is back into the game for William Jewell. Turnover by the Cardinals, and Swanson away with it for the Pilots. He's going to go all the way to the hoop, but stripped away and stolen by Dillingham. Cardinals come the other way. Jones in the lane. Can't hit it. Rebound going to Eric Brand.
Bethel's pace right now. Let's see how long they can keep this up.
Working inside, Brand can't hit it. Haverstick's put back, no good. We're going to have a foul away from the basketball. It's going to be on the Cardinals.
Personal foul. Greg Lawson is his first. The 15th foul.
Easy ones like that, you just can't miss.
Yeah, really missed an easy tap in too, unlike Bethel.
Fouls on Greg Lawson, his first. 15th foul on the Cardinals. Bethel with just 2 team fouls. Ball thrown away by Swanson. Great save though by Edison.
Just hustle.
Bales getting an easy one inside to Eric Brand. He gets his first 2 points. Bethel retakes the lead, all because of sheer effort.
I think this press, Mike's going to take its toll.
Maurer lob inside to Jones. And
what a nice pass. What a nice pass.
6 points now for Jones, leading the way for the Cardinals. He gets the ball in there all night. The Pilots are in trouble. Swanson inside, gets the bucket and draws the foul. That's a nice equalizer right there.
Boy, I guess.
Foul's going to be called. David Maurer, his first.
First personal foul on David Maurer.
Just great body control by Rico. And it would have been blocked if he kept it in his right hand. Switches back to his left and makes a very difficult play look easy.
Swanson just 5'9", but with his leaping ability and his ability to free himself up, he might as well be 6'5". Swanson hitting the free throw.
Big time of the game right now.
Bethel leading it by 2 at 20-18. Dillingham breaking ahead of the field. He'll go in for the easy 2. that will sometimes happen with that full court press.
You're going to pick up that hard, 90 feet. You're going to get some easy ones.
Swanson once again hits the bucket. It's going to draw the foul on Dillingham.
Once again, great body control. He was hit, able to maintain his balance, get a good look at the basket, and most important, finish the play.
Going to play cornerback at Florida State, and someone that fast and that strong, awful tough for guards at this level to handle him.
I'd hate to be a wide receiver and get hit by him. Or anybody for that matter.
Swanson with his second straight three-point play, the old-fashioned way. And he gives Bethel a 23-20 lead.
Against this full court man, they're bringing, Jewell's bringing really all 5 people in the backcourt. There's good and bad points with that.
Jones lost it, but kicked it out to Dillingham. Ball knocked out of bounds.
Great pressure on the ball by the Pilots.
Randy Romer, 6'3" senior from LaGrange, making his first appearance. He was a member of that championship team 2 years ago. Officials talk things over. Cardinals get the basketball, trailing it by 3 with 8.5 minutes to go in this first half of play. Jones on the low block.
Very nice. Little drop step, jump hook. Harder. If he gets the ball there, he's going to score.
Jones now has 8. Oh, nearly stolen away. An Haverstick by Dillingham. Romer nearly lost it, but fails. Able to save it. Romer, turnaround. Nothing but air, but Romer with the hustle and able to save it for the Pilots.
Second time, maybe in the last 5 possessions, that Jewell's just been out-hustled by the Pilots and gets the ball back. Let's see what happens with this possession because of it.
Timeout on the floor with 7:51 remaining in our first half of play this national semifinal. It's Bethel leading at 23-22. Welcome back, everybody. Pilots leading at 23-22 with 7:51 remaining in the first half of this NAIA national semifinal. Pilots have the ball because of good hustle on the part of Randy Romer. Right now, the Pilots not getting the points that they have seen throughout this tournament. Rico Swanson once again hitting the hoop.
Splits the defense. Boy, is he good at that. Double team on the ball, and then just goes back to your man. And
Swanson taking a knee on that last basket, get a little shaken up. He has 13, lead all scorers. There's Jones inside one more time, can't hit it. And Romer down with the board, getting physical inside.
it is.
Swanson looking to do it again. Oh, with a little turnaround, can't hit it.
They can't handle Swanson. They have not stopped his penetration at all.
Beautiful move to the basket. That would have been all highlight if that had gone in. Jones once again working inside. Doesn't get the bucket, but he does draw the foul inside. Looks like it's going to go on Ryan Bales.
They covered down so much, Mike. There were 3, maybe 4 players that Jones had to contend with once he touched the ball. Here, good. We get a chance to look at it, I think. 3 players right around him, 4 players in the vicinity. He's a handful.
They call the foul on Hobson as you saw him with the hack on the arm. Basket by the Cardinals, putting them within 1 at 25-24. Hobson can't hit it. That's Lawson with the board. Jones working inside. He's going to draw the foul.
So for a big guy, he puts the ball on the floor pretty well, doesn't he?
Very, very quick to the basket for 6'7".
First personal foul on Jeff Hobson is the 4th team foul.
Jeff Hobson picking up his second foul. 4 team fouls, but they're both by Hobson and Clay. Clay on the bench.
And with his left hand, which is tough for a guard to do, let alone a big 6'7" guy.
Ryan Watson, 6'2" junior from Granger, Indiana, into the game. 5-second count. The Pilots.
Once again, I think that's scouting. You know, they'll call an out-of-bounds play, and Bethel's ready for it, and just doing a great job of preparation is what it amounts to. Wonder how many times in practice this afternoon they went through those out-of-bounds plays.
Certainly paid off. Working inside, shot blocked by Mallard. Watson tried to go up inside. Now we're going at 6'6", whereas Watson just 6'2". Hunt working inside and hits.
Jewell won't go away.
Hunt now with 4, and he gives the Cardinals the lead once again at 26-25. Watson trying to get it back for the Pilots. Can't do it. Brand with the rebound. The foul's going to go on the Cardinals. Should be on Chad Jones, his first. 8th team foul on the Cardinals. So the Pilots can really exploit the 1-and-1 at the foul line for this remaining 6:01 of the first half, trailing it by 1.
Of course, 2 more fouls, and they'll be shooting 2 on every shot. I really believe that's a big advantage. Takes the pressure off the shooter.
Hunt checking out of the game for the Cardinals. Brian Slaughter, 6'2" sophomore, into the game for William Jewell. Both of these teams have played 10 players thus far in this first half.
Boy, and that'll help. Whichever team advances, that will really help tomorrow night.
Second foul shot by Brand, no good. We are all tied up with just under 6 minutes to go in this first half. Boy, Swanson took a shot to the face down on the low block.
Boy, he did, and Jones took one earlier on that same series. It is getting physical, especially in the paint.
Foul's got to be called on David Haverstick. Get another look at it. See right down the low block, right at your screen.
It's like cut him the Adam's apple, maybe, huh?
Dillingham catching him in the face, and Bill Dillingham coming out of the inbound situation and able to put it in the bucket and giving the lead back to the Cardinals at 28-26. Bales with a jumper. Can't get it, but boy, follows his own shot and it pays off.
What a great game, Mike.
Just as even as we thought. And Jones behind the pack, and he'll go in for an easy one. Jones now with 10. The lead back to William Jewell. This back and forth affair. Bob inside. Foul's going to be called on Jones, holding Haverstick.
Bethel comes back with a little high-low of their own. Post to post, high-low.
Big foul right there for the Cardinals, as that will be Jones' second personal. He'll go to the bench, and Hunt will check back in.
So hard to defend that, because you really, when the ball's in the center of the court, you have no help side defense, and if that guy can hold him off and there's not pressure on the ball, it's lethal.
Haverstick will go to the line. Pitcher on the baseball team, throws in the low 90s, being scouted by several major league teams. Phillies and Twins interested amongst others, I understand. In fact, both he and Ryan Taylor play on the baseball team. Flew out to Florida last week to play in a baseball tournament.
Did they really?
And then came back to the basketball team, so.
Well, their mileage on the airline's going to be pretty good then.
Yeah, I'd like to have their frequent flyer miles. Haverstick able to nail both free throws and tie it up once again. Dillingham fouled by Taylor.
If you notice, Mike, Jewell's starting to attack the press, throwing it long. They're lining up 4 guys across the free throw line and back picking or just streaking a guy. It's kind of paid off.
Really paid off here in these about the last 3-4 minutes. They've gotten a couple of real easy baskets on that long pass. Expect the Pilots to make an adjustment there. Maybe have to give up some of that pressure up in the front court.
Just a good old-fashioned trip.
Even coaches like you can call that one.
Yeah, even me.
Making sure the floor is cleaned off before we resume play. 5:07 to go, and great basketball game thus far. Tied at 30.
You notice, Mike, people are starting to roll in. It started at 5 o'clock, and people are getting off work here.
Taylor with the steal, going the other way. Can't hit the bucket, but the tap in up and good by Eric Brand. Brand off the bench with 5 points. The lead back to the Pilots by 2. Ball knocked out of bounds by Bethel. Remain William Jewell basketball. Well, they had Dillingham open. They didn't get it to him, and as a result, Taylor picking it off. Jump shot by Watson, up and good. And Coach Larry Holly's going to take a 20-second timeout and talk things over with his Cardinal gang as things starting to get away a little bit as Bethel taking a 34-30 lead.
Mike, probably a real good timeout. You could just feel the press starting to take its toll. You know, that's the way presses work. You know, they're in, once that momentum shifts, they get 3 or 4 turnovers in a row, and that was about to happen, and Larry Holly stopped it.
Turnovers have been the name of the game in this tournament. Both teams have nearly a 2-to-1 ratio as far as turnovers being forced to what they're giving up. Big reason why they've gotten to this Final Four.
And rebounding for both teams, and especially Bethel, who've stepped up their rebounding in this national tournament, especially the offensive end. I bet they've gotten 5, 6, 7 offensive rebounds, and probably half of them per basket in the first half.
Well, they're one of the best teams I've seen in a long time, and that's at any level that follow their shots.
They sure do.
Turnover in the backcourt as Hunt couldn't handle it. And the Pilots will get the ball, leading it 5-4. Great contingent from Mishawaka making the way out here. Cheer on the Pilots. Pilots won the national championship 2 years ago, knocked out in the second round last year by Tabor of Kansas. Tabor playing in the other semifinal later tonight against Siena Heights of Michigan.
I bet they'd like to avenge that.
Oh, no question. I talked with Coach Lightfoot about that very thing this afternoon. Shot up and good by Ryan Bales as that came from about Boise.
Yeah, I did. Now, Boise doesn't mean much to these people back in Indiana, but it's 12 miles down the road.
It seemed about 12 miles out. Three-pointer giving Bethel their largest lead. Then Bales committing the foul in the backcourt, throwing his first personal. And you can see, pretty easy one to call.
No doubt.
37-30, 17 foul on the Pilots, so the Cardinals will now go to the free throw line. Next team foul on William Jewell will result in 2 shots for Bethel. Dillingham struggled from the free throw line in this tournament, shooting just 60%, but able to hit the front end of the 1-and-1 there.
The big free throws.
Draws William Jewell within 5. Coming up on 4 minutes remaining in this first half.
Jewell's gone to a zone.
Three-pointer way off that time by Watson. Going to go out of bounds off of Taylor to try to take it away from Maurer.
Let's see how this zone affects the play now. They certainly had momentum.
Timeout on the floor with 3:59 to go in this first half. Bethel leading it 37-32.
Bethel College, Indiana, an innovator in educational programs with a strong commitment to academic excellence and values. A progressive partner in the community. A vital, dynamic learning environment. A tremendous educational and cultural resource for Northern Indiana. Join us as we come of age as an outstanding Christian college of the arts and sciences. Bethel College, Mishawaka, Indiana.
37-32 in favor of the Bethel Pilots with 3:59 remaining in the first half of this national semifinal game. Of course, the winner advancing to tomorrow night's championship for the NAIA Division II crown, taking on the winner of Tabor and Siena Heights, which is coming up later this evening here in Nampa, Idaho. Cardinals
Just great pressure.
Well,
Great job by Bethel.
You can see Zeller was in trouble as soon as he got on that sideline.
Yep.
Once again, the three-pointer from Bales, but this time no good. But there's Haverstick inside.
Another offensive rebound, Mike. I would say that's the difference in the game. The presses hurt them, but those offensive rebounds break your back.
Haverstick with 13 rebounds in the win over Spring Arbor on Saturday, second highest total of the year. Bad ankle or no, playing well on the glass. by 7, matches their largest lead. Foul away from the ball is going to be called on Haverstick. Pilot bench not happy with that call. This will be Haverstick's second personal. Third Pilot player with 2 fouls in this first half.
That could come into toll. It really could.
Taylor and Watson will go to the bench. Watson and Edison back in for the Pilots. Hobson will now come in for Haverstick. Hobson with 2 personals himself.
A little bit of a gamble by Coach Lightfoot, but he's so deep. You know,
that's one thing with both coaches talking with them this weekend today is that they said by the time you get to this level, as many players as they've played, they really don't think fatigue will become a problem, even though it is their 4th game in 5 days. They go so deep on the bench.
See, I really felt last year in our championship game, the game was played in slow motion. We didn't play as many players as either one of these teams, and I thought both teams were very, very tired.
39-34, Bethel leading it. Just under 3 minutes to go. Ball lost by Hobson. It's a free-for-all on the floor, but here come the Cardinals out with it. Zeller working inside and hits.
Wow, that was a runner.
Zeller now with 4. Draws the Cardinals back within 3. Hobson double teamed in trouble. Tied up by Hunt. Possession arrow will give it to the Cardinals. Got in a little trouble that time down the baseline.
Yeah. Just a good double team. Constant pressure by the Pilots, though.
And the effect really is twofold, isn't it? It really wears on you mentally as well as physically. Start maybe rushing things when you don't have to. Dillingham open for 3. Can't hit. Oh, loose ball. Knocked out of bounds by the Cardinals. Things got physical there.
And you know, Mike, what it does too, full court, it keeps you out of your set offense. And obviously, William Jewell's very good in set offense. And, you know, it makes the game fast. Maybe you come down 2-on-1, but it's not really what you practice a lot.
Edison being pressured out there. Haven't really had to talk about the shot clock too much in this game all night. Speed by Hobson inside. As Brand hits the bucket and draws the foul.
Now, I don't think we're going to talk much about the shot clock pace these teams want to play. You know, we've talked.
Eric Brand's been fantastic off the bench. This foul's going to be called on Greg Lawson, his second. But Brand has come off the bench for 7 points. Make it 8. This from a player who averaged just 4 points a game this season in limited playing time.
What a great first half for him.
Gives the Pilots a 6-point lead at 42-36. Approaching a minute and a half remaining in the first half. Lawson working down low and gets the easy one. Lawson now with 5. But here come the Pilots the other way. Dillingham going to be called for the foul on Edison.
Just a great look out of bounds. Saw a man streaking. They got him the basketball.
Second foul on Dillingham. Good call down there.
Originally, I thought he got a lot of ball. In replay, officials proven correct as usual.
Clay Romer making the correct call that time as Edison will go to the line. Now, the officiating, I think, has been outstanding throughout this tournament, as you mentioned. Edison now with 6 points. Trying to make it 7 and extend the lead back to 6.
Yeah, he's the coach's son. He can shoot those free throws.
Mentioned 83% from the line. Missed those 2 early on, but he's been perfect since then. In transition, Cardinals lose the basketball. Trey Griggs lost it, then gets it back as he steals it from Swanson. He's going to draw the foul on Swanson.
Pretty smart foul by Rico right there. He was going in for a lay-in. Now he's going to have to earn them.
Swanson picking up just his first personal with 59.4 seconds remaining, and Trey Griggs will go to the line for the Cardinals. Griggs hitting the free throw. Had limited playing time thus far in this tournament. Walked onto the program. Didn't even start the year with the basketball team.
Is that right?
Late addition to the ball club. He came in December.
Well, he's on the court now playing for a national championship.
Yeah, Coach Larry Holly glad he is. Just that much more depth for the Cardinals. Thompson wide open inside. Got a little hesitant. He's going to pay for it. Loose ball retrieved by Brandt. Edison's open from three. Hunt with the board. Time remaining.
I would imagine, Mike, they'll probably go last shot here.
Just about a second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. William Jewell trailing at 44-39.
A lot of coaches don't like this rule where the counts, as long as you're dribbling, there's no count.
Zeller inside, can't get the bucket, and he's going to draw the offensive foul. Great defense by Edison.
Great rotation, took the charge.
Sure, that's not what Larry Holly had in mind. In fact, he's going to have a word with his young guard right now. He commits the foul with 10.4 seconds remaining and sends Mike Edison back to the free throw line. Boy, that's where a good point guard really comes in handy in that situation. I know you had a pretty decent one last year when you won the title.
Sure did, and got one here tonight on a recruiting visit. We need one.
Edison missing his third free throw of the first half. Almost unheard of the way he shot free throws this year. Able to hit the second. 45-39. Favor of Bethel with 10.4 seconds to go. Griggs will pull up. Can't hit it. Loose ball going to Brand. And the shot would not have counted even if it had gone. And that will do it for our first half of play here from Nampa, Idaho. Bethel leading William Jewell 45-39. We'll be back with more of halftime and all the stats from this national semifinal game right after this. In Nampa, Idaho, everyone. Mike Well along with Marty Holly. Halftime of this national semifinal in the NAIA Division II National Basketball Tournament. Bethel leading William Jewell 45-39 here at the halftime break. Right now, let's go down to the sidelines with Dave Mills, who has Steve Kramer from Bethel College. Dave?
Joining me now is Steve Kramer, Vice President of Development for Bethel College, and a happy Steve Kramer, I might add. Your team winning at this point, you got to feel good about that.
We're really feeling happy right now. I hope it continues in the second half. William Jewell's playing a wonderful ball game, and they've got some big people, but I hope we can finish it off.
Hey, those of us living in Idaho have followed this tournament for the past several years, as the national championship has always been here, at least for the past 4 years. And Bethel has always made an appearance and played quite strongly. What do you have to say about that?
Well, those of us in Indiana are pretty proud of our basketball, and there's an awful lot of Indiana young people on this team, and they know how to play basketball. Mike Lightfoot is a wonderful coach, and I think honestly you have to say it. Our coaching is second to none, and he gets the most out of his players, and year in and year out, they're going to be very competitive.
Some of the folks watching might not know a whole lot about Bethel College. Give us a quick 30-second commercial on the school.
Well, we're a school of about 1,500 students located in Mishawaka, Indiana, which is right next door to South Bend, and it's a place where some people may have heard of another school called Notre Dame. They're about 3 minutes from our campus. We've tripled our size in the last 7 or 8 years, and going through a real growth spurt. It's a wonderful time at our campus, some new facilities being built, and we're just really pleased with what's happening at Bethel College right now.
All right, Steve Kramer from Bethel College, thanks for joining us. Let's throw it back up to Mike and Marty.
All right, thank you very much, Dave. 45-39 in favor of Bethel College here at halftime. Bethel just 20 minutes away from getting back to the national championship game for the second time in 3 years. And Coach Holly, I know, poring over those statistics right now, what is it that stands out in your mind?
Well, Mike, there's a couple things. One, we knew Bethel was killing them on the offensive boards. Bethel's had 13 offensive rebounds to William Jewell's only 3. That probably equates to about 6 baskets. And if you look at the shooting percentage, it fools you. Bethel's shooting 40%. William Jewell shooting 55%, but then you carry over to the shots attempted, and Bethel's got 37 shots versus 29, and a lot of that is just off-the-dribble stuff with Rico Swanson penetrating. Bethel is 12 for 17 from the free throw line, with William Jewell only shooting 6 free throws. And it boils down to being able to beat people off the dribble.
Boy, that offensive rebounding statistic, 13-3 in favor of Bethel right now, huge.
Real big, and offensive rebounds, they do a lot of things. One, often you get the ball, you stick it back, and you're fouled. But even you make a good defensive stand, everything seems to work out well, and you don't get the offensive rebound. It breaks your heart. It breaks your spirit a little bit. And I think that's just a credit to the Pilots. They have done a great job of just crash, constantly be around the offensive board. It takes its toll.
And certainly the pressure has broken down William Jewell as well. It's particularly in that last 5 minutes of the game. It seemed that William Jewell did a nice job of being able to run the set offense in that first half, but that last 5 minutes, it really got to Bethel's pace and became a 90-foot game.
Exactly right. And a lot of that had to do with the press. I think that there's some keys that I wrote down. I think that I think for Bethel, being able to maintain that constant full court pressure, or as coaches call it, 90-foot pressure, that doesn't give people free looks to the basket. Cover down on the post, and you mentioned that in the telecast. They cover down. When Jones gets the ball, there needs to be not only the guy defending him, but at least one other defender, usually the guy who throws the ball into the post, and pressure the high post pass. I know that was part of Coach Lightfoot's game plan coming in. Early in the game, William Jewell got some free looks to pass high-low. The last 10 minutes, they didn't get a one. They kept great pressure on the basketball. I think the keys for Jewell are being able to handle the press. They didn't do a very good job of handling it, block off, and stop dribble penetration.
Bethel leading it by 6, 45-39. The Cardinals will try to get back into this one. We'll be back with the second half of this NAIA Division II National Semifinal after this. Welcome back, everyone. Ready to start the second half of action between Bethel and William Jewell. 45-39 in favor of the Pilots. Talked a little bit with Coach Holly about the fact of what the keys of the game were. If you're Bethel right now, you have to feel pretty good about having a 6-point lead at halftime when someone like Jeff Clay missed most of that first half in foul difficulty. And this is a kid who came off a career game on Saturday, 25 points, 15 rebounds in that win over Spring Arbor.
And twofold. One, I think that was a big concern of Coach Lightfoot. You mentioned that, and they certainly survived it with him on the bench a good portion of the time. And they just did a great job. They're a complete basketball team. I mean, they rebound, they run offense, they push the basketball. They keep that constant pressure that wears you down. You alluded to it. They haven't got this game won by any means, but certainly the last 10 minutes were the Bethel Pilots.
Bethel leading it by 6, and the Pilot fans on their feet, trying to cheer the Pilots on, trying to get back to the national championship game for the second time in the last 3 years here at this national tournament in Nampa, Idaho, just down the interstate from the state capital of Boise.
You know, the Bethel fans and Bethel coaches, I was kidding, Coach, they got to get a condominium here or a timeshare or something. I mean, they're here every year for about 10 days. They got to plan ahead here. And I know some people in real estate. I think we can hook them up.
Always looking out for your best interest there, Coach. William Jewell should do the same. The Cardinals have been here in the Final Four for the last 5 years, but they've never gotten to the championship game. Trailing it by 6 right now as we start this second half. It'll be Pilot basketball. Edison will take it out of bounds for Bethel. Both teams going with the same starting 5. Chad Jones, Jeff Clay matchup back intact. Both players with 2 personal fouls. In fact, 4 of the 5 starters for William Jewell with 2 personals in that first half. So that may be something to keep your eye on as the second half unfolds.
And Jewell opens in a zone.
Clay work it outside. 3-pointer up and no good by Ryan Bales, and it will go over to William Jewell.
I think that's a good move by Coach Holly. Change the tempo a little bit. Things weren't going well. Let's see how they attack it.
Yeah, this first 5 minutes of the second half, good telltale to see what kind of adjustments were made in the locker rooms at halftime by these 2 veteran coaches. Ball knocked out of bounds, came off the official. Alert play by Edison. It's going to remain Cardinal basketball.
And official is part of the game.
And Jesse Gatewood changing the call after some protests.
And I think he pointed north and just meant south.
Yep.
Same thing happened to you in basketball camp. Remember last summer?
Oh, my goodness. Every summer. What do you mean?
Cardinals in a 2-3 zone. They're going to make him shoot the ball from the perimeter.
Edison.
Who did they do?
Making him pay as he drains the 3. Shooting about 40% from the 3 land during the season, but he's been on fire through this tournament, shooting about 60%. Gives the Pilots their largest lead of the game at 9.
Jewell's got to be real careful here that they just really to stay in the game. They need every possession scored.
Jones working down low. He's going to draw the foul inside. Take your pick. Could be Clay or Hobson. And they call it on Clay from behind. That's going to be his 3rd.
Third personal foul on Jeff Clay.
Clay with his hands full against the much quicker Jones on the block.
Looks like Coach Lightfoot's going to stay with him. He definitely fouled him.
Well, that was a great drop step by Jones.
Wasn't it?
Jones nailing the free throw.
Bethel's not going to give him anything. He's going to have to kick the ball out of bounds because they're going to cover down. Someone's going to have to make jump shots for Jewell to get back in there.
Jones, the leading scorer at the half for the Cardinals with 10 points. Rico Swanson led the way in the first half for the Pilots with 14. Edison and Eric Brand, who's been a surprise, with 8 apiece in that first half. Lead back to 7 at 48-41 in favor of Bethel. Swanson will try to extend it. Ed does for the 3.
And now that zone's not looking too good.
I think we saw why Jewell went to the man defense for much of that first half.
Yeah, they sure respected their outside shooting.
Swanson ran right into Jones.
Bit of an act there, I think, on Rico. He took a dive, and good players know how to do that.
Jones Jones on the block. Fouled by Clay, ball out of bounds. It'll remain Cardinal basketball. Clay got away with one there, though.
He looked like he was sure fouled on the arm. And Coach Lightfoot getting him out. Said, I got a break there.
Yeah, I think he saw enough and put Haverstick in for him.
Yeah, I'd say he got him. What do you think?
Yeah, I think a little more than hand part of the ball there. Inbounds, easy play that time. Zabile as he gets the bucket.
But Jewell can't trade 2 for 3s.
He now has 7. 51-43. Hobson working inside. Can't get it, but gets his own offensive rebound. Gonna have a foul inside on the Cardinals.
14 offensive rebounds, Mike. Jewell to get back in this, they got to give him one shot.
Foul on Biles, his third, but once again, you could see, boy, the Pilots just so good at going and following their own shot.
Jewell's just going to rebound instead of finding a body and getting get a body on another person to hold them off for a half second. That's all they need.
Haverstick open in the lane, and he buries it.
Nice on inbounds play.
Haverstick was all conference this year, as well as Swanson. (53-43) in favor of Bethel. Dillingham open for 3. Can't hit. File going for the rebound, but loses it out of bounds as he battled with Edison on the baseline. 53-43 in favor of Bethel with just over 17 minutes remaining in our game. Hobson's open from 13 and gets the roll.
I bet the next possession they're back man.
Pilots taking apart that Cardinal zone, their largest lead of the game at 55-43. Jones, ball knocked away. We can see the pressure that the Pilots continue to put on.
Constant ball pressure. Coaches preach it. Coach Lightfoot gets it done.
Don't look like they played 4 games in 5 days, do they?
No, they don't.
Three-pointer up and good by Bile. His second three-pointer of the game brings the Cardinals back within 9.
A lot to do with their depth. They are man.
Hitting the baseline jumper. Boy, no answer for that, is there?
No. He's the best player on the floor.
No question. I mentioned the Mid-Central Conference Player of the Year as a junior. And a great player for this pilot program since he walked on as a freshman. Lawson is fouled as he was going to the hoop. It's going to be called on Ryan Bales. That'll be his second.
One of the few times you see William Jewell put the ball on the floor.
15:55 to go in the game, and going to the line for 2 shots will be Greg Lawson. 6'3" senior. Struggled from the line in this tournament, shooting just 50%. Missing that one. Misses both, but able to get the rebound thanks to Jones' tap back. Miles open for 3. Can't hit. And Brand with another rebound. His 5th of the game. Bale right inside there. Nice shot by Ryan Bales. He now has 7 on the game and a lead at 13 for the Pilots.
William Jewell just not stopping the basketball, which is cardinal sin.
I'm sure Coach Larry Holly not happy with the defensive effort. Jones working inside, can't get the bucket, but does draw the foul on Haverstick.
Bodies flying everywhere. If you look at the sportsmanship on the floor,
Third personal foul called on Haverstick with 15:20 remaining, and Chad Jones is going to go to the line, where he's going to shoot 2 shots. Jones has been doing a nice job as far as getting people in foul difficulty. Clay and Haverstick now with both 3 personal fouls.
I think that Bethel's just committed to not giving him easy baskets, and if it means letting him earn them at the free throw line, they will do that. And it seems to be paying off. Jewell cannot get into any rhythm.
Jones hitting the free throw. 13 points. The player of the year out of the Heart of America Conference. Jones hitting the second free throw. And that makes the lead now. Bethel 59. William Jewell 48. 15-20 to go in our game. Back after this. 59-48 in favor of the Bethel Pilots. Coach Mike Lightfoot in his 10th year on the Mishawaka campus. And he was outstanding player in college. Outstanding coach at this level. Won national championship to his credit. Looking for number 2. Trying to get into tomorrow night's national championship game. That is if they can hold off William Jewell for the final 15 minutes of this national semifinal. Pilots with the basketball. Swanson blowing inside. Nice feed to Brand. Can't hit the tough shot inside. There's Edison working hard. But Jones able to come away with the rebound. Mabry back in the game. Went out early in that first half with 2 personals as Jones goes baseline, can't hit. There's Mabry inside and gets the bucket.
Oh, and Bethel pushes it right back.
Ball knocked out of bounds from Hobson. It will remain Pilot basketball with 14 and a half minutes to go. Mabry's been very quiet with that foul difficulties. He gets him within 9. He was an all-conference player this year for William Jewell coming off the bench.
Boy, that says something, doesn't it?
Romer will check in for the Pilots coming in for Edison. Romer getting the pass and missing the chippy.
I like that out of bounds play. I'm writing that one down. The misdirection.
Did everything right, but hit the shot. Jones inside, getting hammered, missing the shot. Working inside, Dillingham can't hit it.
Boy, they missed a couple of easy ones there.
Pilots come the other way. Swanson dishes, bails. Can't hit the 3 though. Mabry going up with Romer. Body flying to the floor. No call. Swanson will take advantage with the 3.
Getting physical, Mike.
They are letting them play. Bethel bringing the lead back up to 12. Rico Swanson doing it all as he has all year long. 21 for the junior. Fouled down on the low block by the Pilots. Looks like it's going to go on Hobson. That will be his 3rd. Take another look at that. Hobson down on the low block.
Well, just a good entry off a bounce pass to the baseline side.
One of those cheap fouls.
Yeah.
Maurer can't hit the 3. Mabry knocks it out of bounds. Off of Bales, though. Remains Cardinal basketball.
Jewell gets a break there. I mean, he hustled down after the ball and just went off his leg. You got the feeling Jewell might make a little run here? I kind of do.
Lob inside to Jones, who's open, working inside. Can't hit the chip. Well, that's a couple of missed layups on the part of Jones, and maybe all that work that he's had to do as far as the double teams and the physicalness of the play had taken its toll on him.
Possibly, very possibly, because he's missed 2 easy shots in a row. But they've gotten 2 lucky breaks on the ball, so let's see what happens.
Pilots lead it by 12. Maurer open from 3. Can't hit. He has been silent all game. In fact, no points. This from someone who's been averaging over 10 a game in this tournament. Swanson downtown. Wow. Rico Swanson doing it all for the Pilots. They lead at 65-50. 13-12 remaining in this national semifinal. Take a look at it one more time there, Coach.
Well, it wasn't from Boise, but Cuna.
My goodness.
Now, I know these Indiana people can relate to Cuna, Idaho, can't they?
Man, that's just way out no matter how you term it. Rico Swanson, 2 straight 3-pointers, putting the Pilots back up by 15. That William Jewell run you were talking about extinguished by number 11.
Who said that?
He's been fantastic. In fact, if he isn't the player of the year in the NAIA, I don't know who is.
He does everything. It's not just that he makes buckets. He, at both ends of the court, gets a hand on many loose balls, defends. I'm totally impressed.
Doing it all for the Pilots, giving them a 15-point lead. Doesn't look like that left hand of his is bothering him any either. We mentioned earlier in the telecast, strained some ligaments in his left hand in Saturday's win over Spring Arbor. Don't see any effects of that right now. Cardinals with an uphill task, having to come back against this Pilot team. Three-point shot.
I think they're going to get that shot anytime they want.
Yeah, Slaughter not able to hit it. Swanson once again.
He's human.
Missed it, but able to get the offensive board was Romer. Both he and Swanson converging on the ball. Romer and Swanson, really the only two players that played extensively on that national championship team. Romer drawing the foul down on the block. Foul called on Kenny Mabry, his third.
Kenny Mabry, second team foul.
And a pretty easy one. Anytime you slap, they're going to call that.
Yeah, they are. He's played very well, Romer has. Watch him. He's another one that contributes to little things.
And you can see Swanson holding his left hand there on the bench. Romer getting his first point of the game. Not really counted on for scoring, but does all the little things, particularly defensively. 67-50.
Let's see how long Coach Lightfoot keeps Rico Swanson out. He's done a good job of resting people.
Hunt hits the jumper. Hunt now with 10. .52 in favor of Bethel. Just under 12 minutes remaining as Bales can't hit the jumper, yet almost another offensive rebound. Hobson loses it. We have a foul in the backcourt. Called on the Pilots, going to go against Brand. Brand picking up his first personal foul. 67-52 in favor of the Pilots with 11:50 remaining. We're going to have a timeout on the floor. 11:50 separating the Pilots from the national championship. Back with more after this. Pilots leading it by 15 with 11:50 to go in this NAIA Division II National Semifinal. If the Pilots go on and win it, they will meet the winner of tonight's second semifinal between Santa Heights of Michigan, the 5th seed, and Tabor of Kansas, who has been outstanding in this tournament. Tabor, of course, knocked out Bethel in the second round last year when the Pilots came in as the #1 team in the country. Still, over 11 minutes of basketball to be played here. Hunt going in for the Cardinals. Can't hit it. There's Mabry with the tip. He can't hit it. Clay with the rebound.
Whoa, they've missed at least 4 easy shots this half.
Oh, great play by Mabry in the backcourt, stealing it away from Bales. Mabry looking to create, goes inside. Can't hit it, though, and Clay with another board.
Contested shots, though.
Might have been better off using the glass.
Yeah, you bet.
Brand, turnaround. But able to get his own board and the putback.
The fans at home, next time watch the offensive post guys for Bethel, how hard they work, and as soon as the shot's up, just keep your eyes isolated on them. Boy, are they well coached. Knees bent, posting up the whole time.
Every shooter that puts the ball up, there's no hesitancy.
No,
they go right to the basket.
Glass.
That is so hard to instill in players to do that. Ball dribbled out of bounds off the sideline. Baseline by Slaughter. So William Jewell, another turnover. Substitution coming in. Brand will go to the bench. He's been outstanding, number 55. 10 points off the bench. Mike Lightfoot has to be delighted with his play. Haverstick back into the game. 69-52. Pilots on top and in control. Bad pass by Clay.
Got to call that. Good example of what we were talking about. Watch them post up. I mean,
First personal foul on Josh Garrett. It's the third team foul.
Foul on Josh Garrett.
Back into the game. Placing Ryan
Just a little bit of a push there.
a little bit.
Foul on Garrett, his first. Swanson open inside.
Boy, I like that offense. I'm sitting here making notes. Like, I love that set where they go 1-4 across the free throw line out of bounds.
Maybe seeing that at Albertson College next year. Hunt. Hit by Swanson down low. Swanson picking up his second personal. 6-team foul on Bethel. Just 3 team fouls on William Jewell in the second half.
Still trying to go high-low. Weak side help from Rico Swanson. He got him on the arm.
Cardinals with the basketball, trailing it by 19. Largest lead of the game for the Pilots. Cardinals just can't seem to get past the semifinal round. Been here 4 out of the last 5 years. Turnaround up and no good by Hunt. Nearly stolen away from Clay, but the Pilots will bring it the other way. Nice entry into Romer. Shot rejected by Hunt. Remains Pilot ball.
Rico Swanson's getting thrown around.
Yeah, I'd like to see someone who says basketball isn't a non-contact sport anymore. It's the top of your screen there.
Yeah, you can barely see it.
Swanson being thrown to the ground. Bales thought about the 3. Instead will hold back. Romer working on Mabry, and he's going to pick up number 4 on Kenny Mabry. Been a frustrating game for the 6'1 junior.
Sure has, but Bethel's so good off the drive. I mean, they put pressure on the defense.
4th foul on Mabry. Swanson getting it again and gets the roll.
Boy, are they getting things off their out-of-bounds plays.
28 points for Rico Swanson, 14 in each half.
Trap at midcourt.
What is it they say about big players in big games?
Yes, they do step up.
Mabry inside, drawing the foul on Haverstick. That'll be his 4th. Jesse Cable down there.
Some fun, isn't he?
He does have fun, no question. Little Rock, Arkansas. Another look at it.
He did our national championship game last year, you may remember, and did a great job. Very difficult game to officiate. He's a good official.
Mabry can't hit the free throw. That was a great championship. In fact, the last 2 years have gone to overtime in this Division II national championship. Mabry hitting the free throw. I'm sure any Pilot fan out there will remember Pilots winning it in overtime 2 years ago over the home school, Northwest Nazarene. Clay working inside, drawing the foul. Foul called inside on Josh Garrett. His first time that Clay's really had a chance to do something offensively.
Yeah, he's been silent.
Chad Jones back in the lineup for William Jewell.
Boy, has he done that the whole tournament. Rebound.
Once again, Bethel with another offensive board. Swanson, nice pass inside to Clay. Can't hit it, but he will draw the foul on Dillingham. That would be his 3rd.
He said, my buddy's been in foul trouble. I'm going to get him the basket.
3rd personal foul on Bill Dillingham.
Cardinals working themselves into a bit of foul difficulty. As for Dillingham, that will be his 3rd. 3rd Cardinal with 3 fouls or more. Believe it or not, Jeff Clay, that's his first point after scoring 25 on Saturday. His first point of the game there. But the Pilots were able to build a 20-point lead without him. It's now 22 with him. 9:03 remaining. Pilot fans starting to feel pretty good about things as they lead at 75-53.
Still extending full court defense. That's what they do. They're not about to change it.
Lob inside for Jones. Can't hit the reverse. Dillingham going to be fouled inside.
I think you called that, Mike, when you said that. That's at least third, maybe fourth, relatively easy shot that he's missed. He's wore down a little bit, and plus they're bumping him, doing a nice job post defense.
Really being physical with him. You saw it with Brand that time. Foul's going to be called on Swanson his third, but Jones, he's been so effective throughout this tournament, but I think you're just starting to see a little fatigue from him. Not to mention the fact that he's had to work harder in this game than he has the previous three of the tournament.
I think Coach Lightfoot and the staff have just said other people are going to beat us, but it's not going to be Jones.
Dillingham now with 7 points. Lead at 21. Swanson can't hit that, but Romer with a putback.
Offensive rebounds.
Everybody doing it for the Pilots. It's a club that had 7 players in double figures in their opening round win over Green Mountain of Vermont. Mabry fouled by Romer on the shot. Romer's first. Kenny Mabry will go back to the line. And a real key to this game, too, and how effective Bethel's been limiting the Cardinal bench, particularly Mabry and Maurer, who came in averaging close to 20 points a game off the bench. Between the two have 3. All of that by Mabry.
As we alluded to at the beginning, both teams play their benches. Well, Bethel's bench has been a lot better, quite candidly, than Jewell's.
Certainly been the difference. Play with the rebound and the alley. Oh, great tip by Romer to Bales.
I really like Romer. He does the things that win basketball games.
And he makes the steal. Great player. Maurer with a rebound. Wow, that was just a great tip pass by Romer.
Fun to watch. Right back to constant pressure on the ball.
Maurer working baseline. 79-54. All Pilots. Maurer going to draw the offensive foul. Eric Brand getting over there defensively.
Big Coach Ollie wants a 20.
Going to take a 20-second timeout. The Pilots putting on a clinic right now.
But I think they may be giving it the immediate timeout here. He saved one.
Timeout with 7:51 remaining in the game. It's Bethel leading William Jewell 79-54. Pilots in control, 79-54 with just 7:51 remaining in this NAIA Division II National Semifinal. Looking more and more like the Pilots will be back in the championship game for the second time in 3 years.
And Coach Holly goes to a half-court trap after that timeout, and you can see how effective it was.
Play with the easy bucket inside. Seems like the Pilots can recognize anything that's thrown at them. Jones working baseline, going to draw the foul on Brand. That's just his second. I talked about Brand's offensive contributions, 10 points off the bench, but defensively he's played outstanding as well.
Personal foul on Eric Brand.
Good example right there. I mean, the ball was entered at the post, and he had to work. There was a guy, he couldn't reverse dribble. There was a guy covering down on top, and he's got to earn him at the free throw line. And Jones is a real good player, probably an All-American player, and they've made him look very average. And let's give credit where credit is due, and it's Bethel's team defense.
Jones with just 14 points. Pro players averaging 23 points a contest, both the regular season and this tournament. 6'7" senior from Kansas City. Played in the shadow past couple of years with Brooke Russell. Remember him, All-American at William Jewell. One of the better players to come down the pike in the NAIA. Jones hitting both free throws. Jones, the number 5 career scorer in William Jewell history, right behind Russell, who's number 4. Jones knocking it out of bounds. It'll remain Pilot basketball. But Jones just not getting enough help today as Pilots in control, 81-56.
Just really handling every phase of the game now, aren't they, Mike? And just dominating.
Really playing well. And Coach Lightfoot was saying that to me before the game today. Says, I almost hated to see the day off yesterday, especially with the team playing so well. Doesn't affect him as Romer will get the bucket on the goaltend. Romer now with 6 points. And the lead
the day off didn't hurt.
Ball thrown away by Bile trying to go for Jones. It'll remain Bethel basketball. I think that's just another example of, that press taking its toll. You mentioned in the first half to see how much of an effect it's had, and I think it's really taken its effect here in the second half on the Cardinals.
Indeed it has.
Swanson, shot blocked by Jones. Come the other way and go to the bucket.
Got about a 6'8" guy that crossed over. What a nice play.
Beautiful move. He just schooled Bales. Swanson losing the ball. Zeller up with it, coming the other way, and hits the layup. Nice shot.
Very nice.
Swanson with good defensive pressure, but Zeller able to hit the bucket. 4 straight by the Cardinals. The lead still at 23, though. Bales will pull up. Jones with another board. .83-60 in favor of Bethel. Jones on the low block. Hits the turnaround. And William Jewell will take a 20-second timeout with 6:10 remaining. Coach Holly talk things over. Really trying to fire up his team down that huddle.
Yeah, he's, I think he's a little mad at him. They're supposed to be in that half-court trap after a score, and they haven't been in the last possessions. And he did a little dance on the sidelines and protest here, and let's see what they come out here. But they're a little ray of hope here. They've scored the last couple possessions.
Pilots lead at 21 at 83-62. Certainly Coach Lightfoot exhorting his troops to keep up the pressure, particularly defensively. Both of these coaches, great players in their playing days.
I've gotten to know Larry Hawley since we have the same last name real well. There's even a couple stories about it. My assistant getting in his room by accident in Kansas City when he checked in. I won't bore the Indiana people with it, but it's quite hilarious.
Play inside, great feed by Swanson. Swanson's had a couple of real nice feeds today. Dillingham, Kansas 3, nothing but blue shirts for the board as Bales is going to be fouled by Dillingham in the backcourt.
Probably see a lot of fouls now on Jewell's part, just to try and stop the clock and see if they can knock him down at the line.
Well, this Pilot team, not a team you want to send to the foul line, shooting 72% as a squad this year. Well, that's a nice play. Yep. Dribble penetration by Swanson. And that's one area where Bethel has such an advantage at this tournament, is that the dribble penetration on the part of Swanson.
Creates so many things.
Just haven't seen anybody yet that's able to really contain him. Lawson nearly lost it. 85-62. Jones one more time baseline. Maybe a little too late though.
Yeah, I think so.
Jones getting up to 22 points in this game. Edison trying to get it down to Clay. Lost out of bounds by the Pilots. Turnover with 5:11 remaining.
I don't think that Bethel will get too conservative here. They'll keep attacking the basket. Sometimes it's real hard as a coach. You want to take time off the clock. But then sometimes that can change the momentum.
You got to go with what brung you, right?
Dance with a girl that brung you. That's good English.
It's always one of my favorite subjects. Pilots in transition.
It's obvious to the fans of Indiana that we were not English majors.
Way down low, grabbed by Jones.
Could almost call that intentional. He just grabbed him arm and threw him down.
Very well could. They do not, though. Third foul on Jones as Brand will check back in. Coming in for Jeff Hobson. Ryan Taylor also back in, going to come in for Rico Swanson. Maybe the last we see of Mr. Swanson today. Goes to the bench for the 21-point lead with 4:44 to go.
I would think so, unless the roof caved in. He had to put him back in. I can't say enough how Mike Lightfoot has just handled his team, rest players at key times, and they should be as fresh as anybody going into the championship game.
That's such a key in coaching, and it's a lot tougher than it looks.
It is. It really is. And I haven't figured out the key. We feel maybe I should talk to Coach Lightfoot.
87-64, see the score right there. All Bethel, they're just counting down the time until they can advance to tomorrow night's championship. Nice move inside, but Jones missing the reverse once again. Zeller getting the loose ball. Dillingham open for three, can't hit. Boy, the Cardinals' ineffectiveness from the three-point line really has told the story today.
For them to be in this game, they had to make 8 to 10 threes, and they're not going to do that.
Well, they were shooting 51% from the three-point line coming into this game, and they're nowhere close to that figure in this one. That's a foul going to be called on Lawson, his third. 3:57 remaining in the game, and Eric Brand will go to the free throw line with his club comfortably in front.
You know, the first half they were 2 for 7 from the three-point line, and certainly no better this half.
If anything, worse.
Yeah, I would think so.
Brand hitting the front end. Double figure scoring. The 6'8" freshman from Bloomington. He knocks down both free throws. 3:57 to go for the Pilots. They're in control, 89-64. Just 3:57 to go for the Bethel Pilots as they are in control, 89-64. They led it by just 6 at halftime, but have blown it open here in the second half. Heading back to the national championship, hoping to win it once again here in Nampa, where they won their title 2 years ago. Around by Jones is off, and Taylor with the board. He comes on the break. Nice feed to Brand.
Still aggressive, still pushing the basketball. You can just look at the body languages of both teams right now. Bethel's having fun. William Jewell, just hanging their head.
Frustrated.
Yeah.
Be a good word, especially Chad Jones. He didn't like that last call when he got the goaltending on Brand. 91-64. It's tough though when you're a competitor and you're come this far and get blown out in a game like this.
Plus, Mr. Jones didn't get a lot of help.
Really had to do it by himself offensively. Got away with a trip there in the backcourt that time. Taylor blowing his way into the bucket. Senior, his first 2 points.
Bethel only knows how to play, and that's attack.
Shot was blocked by Brand, but it will remain the Cardinal ball, and Dillingham hits the three and draws the foul on Taylor.
You know, it's really going to be fun for Bethel right now. We were in this situation last year. Knowing you're in the championship game, sitting back and scouting the next game, whereas, they scouted this game, the Siena Heights and Tabor. You don't know if you're going to play or not, so you're nervous. But sitting back and relaxing, Bethel's in the driver's seat.
No question, they're up 93-67 with 3:05 to go, make it 68 as Dillingham completing the rare 4-point play. Maybe that's what Dillingham needed. That was his first 3 of the game, needed to be fouled. Entry into Haverstick. Shot blocked. Working inside for the Pilots. J.D. Hirschberger checked into the game.
Well, they still have the fundamentals. They close out on the shooter, under control.
Garrett can't hit the bucket, but draws the foul on Brand. His third, and I'm sure that's the last thing that Coach Lightfoot wanted to see. The clock stopped due to a foul. 2:19 to go. 93-68 as Cardinals making mass substitutions now.
Coach Hawley just getting everybody a chance to say they played in the Final Four at this point.
So Chad Jones will check out for the Cardinals. Had an outstanding game, but just not enough. 22 points on the game for the senior All-American.
And he earned those 22, didn't he?
No question. Garrett hitting the free throws. 93-70 as Romer back in for Bethel.
You know, it just shows you how efficient Bethel is offensive. They're going to score 100 points. And against a very good defensive William Jewell team in a pressure game to make the championship, and they come up with about 100.
Well, this game was so back and forth early in the first half. It was 30-30 at one point. And then Bethel went on a 15-9 run to end the first half and then have cruised here in the second half. As you said, the only thing they know is attack.
And they do it well. Off the dribble.
Foul going to be called. As Hirschberger will go to the line for two shots.
Probably, Mike, haven't talked enough about how good they are off the dribble. They do so many things off on-ball screens, 1-2 bounce dribble, jump shot, or take it, or in Rico Swanson's case, take it to the rim. It makes defenses break down. Every coach fears defending dribble penetration, and you know, in this tournament, no one does it better than Bethel.
Foul on Jamie Brashears. As Hirschberger getting into the scorebook. Means everyone who's played for the Pilots today in the scoring column.
Wow.
94-70. Garrett, nice pass inside. Brashears blows the layup though, and then commits the foul on top of it.
That kind of typifies William Jewell's night. I mean, ran some offense, got a lay-in, missed the chippy, and fouled the guy who got the rebound.
Missed a lot of layups, particularly here in the second half.
Sure
and again, I think it comes down to that press and the fatigue.
You know, William, we've talked about Coach Larry Hawley, William Jewell, making the Final Four, 4 years in a row, is that right? And not making the championship game, and it certainly appears that's going to happen again. But let's give he and his staff credit. You know, they just getting here is something, and they got beat by a much better basketball team tonight, Mike. And I mean, I would take getting to the Final Four 4 years in a row. I just congratulate them, the whole William Jewell staff.
Haverstick coming out of the game. He's been nursing that sore ankle. He'll sit for the remaining 140. Hirschberger can't believe himself at the line. Missed 2 of 3. But I don't think it will really affect the game, JD. He's now 2 of 4 from the line. 95-70 in favor of the Pilots. Lob pass from Brashears, and we're going to have a foul called on Romer. Only laugh about that one at this stage of the game.
No.
With this win, Bethel's going to advance to 33-5, winners of 10 of their last 11 games. Only loss coming in the conference championship in overtime at home to Taylor, who came out here to the national tournament and lost in the first round. In fact, 2 of the 5 losses for Bethel coming at the hands of Taylor this year.
You know, I don't know that I'm qualified to say that, but I would bet that's a rivalry, and they know each other so well, and little things can happen in rivalries. But when it's all said and done, I think the cream has risen to the top, and Bethel is going to play for a national championship.
Yeah, I was talking to Coach Lightfoot about the fact that, boy, probably didn't hurt his feelings any that Taylor got knocked out, so they didn't have to look at him again. He said, no, actually the kids wanted to play him again, particularly after that last game, which was nothing short of a war. That loss ended a 51-game home winning streak for the Pilots. Hobson inside.
Boy, remind me to call him and ask if we can come play him there next year.
Shot no good by Brashears. Yeah, new gymnasium due to open in December for the Pilots.
Boy, under a minute to go to the national championship game for the second time in 3 years.
And Cardinals trying to foul.
Can't even do that.
No, I think Coach Holly probably instructed them just to play good defense. Trailing it 97-71. No sense prolonging it. Oh, nice cut inside by Watson. Can't hit it, but there's another offensive putback. See, haven't sounded like a broken record with that one today.
Boy, be interesting to see the final stats on offensive stickback.
Brashears getting into the scorebook. Pilots with a chance to break 100 if they choose to. Came in averaging 99 points a game on the year. That's exactly where they are now. And the Pilots choosing to run things out. Final second. There it goes.
Classy.
Class move on the part of the Pilots as they will advance to the NAIA Division II National Championship game. Coaches Lightfoot and Holly meeting at center court. Final score, Bethel winning it by a score of 99-73. The Pilots will advance to tomorrow night's National Championship basketball game. We'll be back with a recap of today's action after this. Welcome back, everyone, to Nampa, Idaho. Bethel, a big winner today in this semifinal. Coach Mike Lightfoot, I know this one you're happy to get out of the way.
Well, yes, we knew that William Jewell would be an outstanding team, and to contain Jones is going to be a tough thing. Fortunately, he got in a little bit of foul trouble, but I think our kids just responded. After a sluggish, maybe the first 7 or 8 minutes, they really picked it up, and Rico Swanson and people off the bench really came through for us, and that's what made us successful all year, and we're just really happy to get out with a big win tonight.
The bench play, in particular that of Eric Brand, was huge, with Clay getting in foul trouble, his contribution defensively, and then offensively getting in double figures as well.
Eric's just been coming on in this tournament. It's been great to see out of a freshman. I think he's getting confidence as this tournament's going along, and he'll be able to help us hopefully tomorrow night with these other guys that have been playing that role all year.
Yeah, talk about tomorrow night a little bit. You get past William Jewell, who's been here, but now you're taking on either Siena Heights or Tabor. Both clubs very tough, but in different ways.
Siena Heights is one of the most athletic teams I've seen in my 10 years of coaching. Tabor, who's beat us last year, came out here and was down 22 and beat NNC on this floor the other night. They're incredible.
Yeah, Tabor, as a matter of fact, I'm sure you probably wouldn't mind seeing them after last year.
We're happy we're in the finals. Whoever we play, we'll lace it up and we'll be ready to go.
Okay, Coach, best of luck to you.
Hey, thank you, and see everybody in South Bend, Mishawaka. We'll be rooting to come out and cheer for us tomorrow.
All right, thanks, Coach. Coach Mike Lightfoot advancing to the national championship game for the second time in 3 years, where the Pilots will take on the winner of the Siena Heights Tabor game, which is coming up later tonight here in Nampa. Pilots winning it by a final of 99-73 as they advance to the national championship. Of course, Bethel coming in as the second seed. They were expected to get here, and they have indeed advanced through this championship bracket, averaging 99 points a game in this tournament, and they meet that figure here again today. Pilots were led today by Rico Swanson, once again leading the way offensively. 28 points for Swanson, 14 in each half to lead the way for Bethel here this afternoon. Final score once again, Bethel wins it 99-73. Thanks for watching, everybody. Good night.